Hey guys, this is The Dragons Are Green, and here we are today playing some Pikmin 2. If you were here in my last episode, you know we just finished 100% completing Pikmin 1, and we're going to be doing the same with Pikmin 2. Now this one is my favorite game out of the entire series, so I'm really excited to share this with you all. So we will go ahead and start out. I did try to record this already, but I was having a bit of problem with my recording, so we'll just start a new file and that won't be a big issue. Hocotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There, he was aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hocotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. Here is Captain Olimar returning to planet Hocotate and his employer, Hocotate Freight. President of Hocotate Freight and local employee Louis. Olimar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad. Quite glad, but sadly, I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under. Yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny, and his entire load of golden Pick brand carrots was eaten. I took out an enormous loan to repay the debt from this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan. But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. As for the rest of our loan, we have no means to repay it. Olimar, what is that? You brought that back as a souvenir for your kid? Treasure, 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 money, 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 money. Hello, I like money. Initiating valuation of recovered treasure. This artifact is worth 100 Pokos. That thing's worth 100 Pokos? That's more than a year's salary. Oh. What? There are more on that planet? They can repay our debt. Louis, you dolt, look alive! You must depart immediately with Captain Olimar. Farewell! And here we go, guys! I am so excited to play this game with you all. Here we are at the Valley of Repose. That was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert, danger. Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a minute. Look! Pikmin! Could these be Pikmin? They look like they're about to be devoured as we speak. You must help them quickly. Call them to you, Olimar. Do you remember how to call them? Reunited once again. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab a Pikmin and release to throw it. Yeah, I know how to do this. I am an expert, by the way. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to find him. Communicate with him. I'm interested in the details of his condition.
Louis.
Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. You can look at the map by pressing start. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. The seed the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It's staring at you. Olimar's description of the creatures resemble Pikmin carrots was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Please don't eat the Pikmin. I don't know if the microphone picked that up or not, but if you heard a weird noise, we have an automatic feeder for our cat. So, sorry if y'all can hear that. Alright, beat up some flowers. The little pellet posies. Oh, shoot. I got a little too early on that. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellets from that flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets you pluck multiple sprouts. Yes, because Olimar, as stated before, is no good at routine tasks. Me neither, man. Once stuff gets tedious, you know, my brain cells just kind of shut off and I'm like, do I have to do this? Well, that's okay. But yeah, we're going to be defeating every single enemy and gathering every single piece. And I'll also probably do the challenge mode in this game as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do challenge mode in Pikmin 1 just because it's breeding Pikmin. But the challenge modes in these are pretty interesting, so I'll probably knock out some of them. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. I would like to appraise it, but we must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? You can move your camera. I don't feel like moving my camera though. I have no idea if throwing one Pikmin on there is going to make a difference at all, but that's okay. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip, but now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? So I'm gonna leave these guys to dig out this battery. Also, I do think that I resolved the issues that I was having with choppy video. I'm hoping I did anyway. Unfortunately, the computer I have is very old. So hopefully I can get a new CPU soon. But you know how that goes. It runs pretty good, it just does not like recording videos, I guess. I don't know if it's maybe OBS is having issues, because when I'm recording these, I have both windows up showing the recording. And when I look at the recording, it looks fine as it is recording. Like, there's no choppiness there. It's just somewhere in between the recording process and it actually being saved onto my computer. So I did a couple optimization settings on OBS, so hopefully I won't have that issue anymore. That's part of the reason why I have not posted any episodes of Pokemon Coliseum yet, because every time I go to record it, it's just not working. So hopefully I'm gonna try to get some of that recorded today. And if y'all are interested in seeing, please let me know what you think. I am unsure. I know you can pick out of the 3 Johto starters. You can get Quilava, Croconaw, or Bayleaf. So if you want to let me know which one your favorite out of those 3, I did an online poll and most of the people said to pick Cyndaquil, but that was with random people and not necessarily my viewers. So, you know, let me know what you think about that. Because I really like hearing feedback from you guys. And we got our Duracell battery. The Courage reactor is worth 280 Pokos. Filthy stinking rich. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I praised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to the president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hocotate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. forgot it'll let me skip that. Today's report. We have gained 280 Pokos, and we have gained 20 Pikmin with no Pikmin deaths. What I really like about this game, you found your first bit of treasure, fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often, keep up the pace. What I really like about this game is it will tell you what your Pikmin died to instead of just having a plain Pikmin counter. And it's really organized. I will have at the end of the video, I will go over the Piklopedia and the Treasurepedia. So if you all want to stay for that, let me know. Or, well, if you don't want to stay for that, you could obviously just hop out if you want to. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company. The Pikmin seem to still be inside their onion. What lazy creatures. Hey, they're not getting paid. Leave them be. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and call them out. This ship is so rude. Like, I don't know why he's calling the Pikmin lazy when they're literally working for free. Like, leave them be, man. You ready to toil for the good of your company? Go away. No one wants to toil for the good of someone else. But, you know. I say that, but my company that I work for is actually pretty nice. Or at least they're nice to me. But, you know, gotta stick it to the man or whatever. Cool. So while they're doing that, we can go ahead and get ready for all this fun stuff we're gonna do. We got a lot to get done today. And we should be gaining quite a bit of Pikmin as well, which will be nice. We'll leave Olimar there. Jeez. But yeah, there's not as harsh of a timer as in previous games, which is nice. Because literally the whole timer is just waiting on us to get all the pieces. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That could have been bad. I wasn't paying attention. Gonna set some guys on that. And then Louie can run around and do all this other stuff we want to get done. There's definitely quite a bit to get done today. So having the two different people that you're able to work on stuff with is very helpful. They're still working on that, which is fine. We're gonna go ahead and leave these guys to sprout, and we're gonna go ahead and get that treasure and put our extra Pikmin on that gate. So what we'll be doing as little running around as possible. And then by the time this is back and we have all of our Pikmin plucked, that gate should be pretty close to being done and we'll be able to just run over there real quick. So we'll go ahead and we'll pluck these guys. We're getting pretty close. We'll go ahead and throw these guys on. Maybe we'll go a little quicker. You see, that's almost done. That's done, so as soon as we get this thing back, we'll be able to just go. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When massed, their might is ferocious. Louis, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not, Olimar. You are failing in your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. You can grab Pikmin, throw them, disband them, and issue orders. You can even make them swarm enemies and treasure. The ship is so mean. We discover this weird hole that's glowing. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underneath? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear, the leader's group Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. And we're not quite ready for that yet because we want to bring all of these fun guys with us. We got our treasure, utter scrap, which is 35 Pokos? No, this one's 170. I lied. I'm a big liar. Utter scrap. So we have 450 Pokos now, which is nice. Sometimes there's a pellet up there at the top, or even some eggs. Which eggs are nice because in this game, they are also a source of the sweet, delicious nectar. And then later in the game, you can also get some other fun stuff with the eggs, which is really nice. You can get some spicy spray or bitter spray that have different effects that I'll show you later. So this is Emergence Cave, and we're going to be entering with 70 of our Pikmin, which is all of them. Sub-level 1. Intriguing, my heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests subterranean areas may support different life forms than the surface. If you wish to check underground terrain, please communicate with me. I'm not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. Yeah, you support quite a bit when you're demeaning me for not telling Louis all of the procedures yet. So we got an orange. So we can go ahead and take all of this. Fun fact, you actually, when I was a little kid, I thought that in order for all of your Pikmin to follow you into the next floor of the cave, that you needed to have all of them in your party. That's not true. How could you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beast will be worth much. What was I saying? So I thought that all of the Pikmin... I probably should wait a minute. We have the citrus lump, which is 180 Pokos. You can tell I played this game too much because I know the dumb names. I think that one's Thirst Quencher? I'm not sure. I think Dr. Pepper's a Thirst Quencher. I lied. Quenching Emblem. And that's a 7-Up bottle cap for 100 Pokos. So I thought originally that you needed to have all Pikmin called to you when going down a floor. That's not true at all. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, do you recall that you can adjust your camera? Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. Then approach the hole and enter it. But yeah, you don't have to have any of your Pikmin called in and they'll still follow you. Which is very helpful on dangerous floors. If your Pikmin is in the process of dying and just hasn't died yet, if you go down in the hole, they won't die. Which is very good. There's not very many situations that your Pikmin will be on the verge of death and you're able to jump into the hole. But if you are, kudos to you. This is the final floor. We got some more of these snowy Bulborbs, dwarf snowy Bulborb, that are actually not Bulborbs. They are part of the bread bug family that has evolved to adapt to look like Bulborbs so they don't get eaten. It is inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. Yeah, we only have 70, so we can't even try. So I wonder what we're going to be able to do. It's definitely a worrying scenario. I love the screams of Bulborbs being crushed by Pikmin in the morning. That makes you sound sadistic. We got some flowers called the violet candy buds. Astounding! A flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. How peculiar. So I turned purple. How interesting. Amazing, a purple Pikmin. It has hair, and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. The kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers. Intriguing. Perhaps there are others? Now, purple Pikmin are one of the most useful Pikmin types in this game. We're gonna leave Louis here. Astounding! Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and try. This seems so dangerous. Like, hey, buddy boy, go ahead and hop into this big old geyser and try it out. It looks fun. It looks really fun. You should go ahead, hop in there, fly into the air. Look, there's a hole in the sky. Do it. Just do it. But yeah, all jokes aside, purple Pikmin are one of the most useful Pikmin in the game. One, as the ship already told you, they are quite heavy and strong, so they're not able to be thrown far, but as you can see, one purple Pikmin equates to 10 regular Pikmin. So previously, stuff that you wouldn't be able to lift with Pikmin that you have, suddenly you're able to lift them with all of your Pikmin. You know, with purple Pikmin, that's possible. You could totally lift something that's over 100. Which is very important for later, because there is a piece, a treasure, that we will need 100 purple Pikmin for. Because it is 1,000 Pikmin heavy. You know, Americans will measure anything without using the metric system. So it's 100 purple Pikmins. I'm so stupid. So we got the spherical atlas, which is 200 Pokos. And there is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere, retrieving data. Error, I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographical charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the sphere chart. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. So, since we have all that, we can go ahead and just hop out. So we were able to gain 502 Pokos, meaning we almost have a tenth of the total debt in just 2 days. So that's really cool. Paying off this debt is relatively easy, all things considered. The difficult part about this playthrough is going to be getting all of the pieces. And we're going to try to not have as many deaths as we had in the last series. But, you know, I'm bad at that. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs an in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Olimar and Louis, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. And we successfully have red Pikmin and purple Pikmin, which is awesome, which is really fun indeed. Today's report. We have gained 672 Pokos, meaning we have 952 total. We've gained 60 red Pikmin and 10 purple Pikmin, so 70 in total. And you'll see here, this is your totals Pikmin deaths. So we'll have all of it laid out like that. I feel like most of them are going to be in battle. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so ha! Yep, Happy Hocotate Savings and Loans. I'm so glad President Hokotate is doing well despite the crippling debt. So, in the next episode, we're going to explore the Awakening Wood. And I'm about to go over the Piklopedia and our treasures, so if you're ready to hop out, that's totally fine. I'll see you all in the next episode, and thank you so much for watching, guys. So we're going to go over our treasures first. So we have the citrus lump. The fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protected it from the frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. P.S. The labyrinthine underground entrails of this planet are like a completely different world. Cool. Utter scrap. The area we recently touched down in is blanketed with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I named it the Valley of Repose. Using Pikmin to move obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas to exploration, where I found this hunk of metal. We've recovered our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remember how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language and I don't know what they're thinking, yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? Quenching Emblem. I often brag about my inexhaustible supply of self-control, but when I peer at this treasure, I can't help but want to take a drink. Spherical Atlas. The purple Pikmin were somehow able to carry this massive treasure today. We measured, somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today, we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. It seems that they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I have decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them in by naming it Emergence Cave. And we're going to go ahead and look at our Piklopedia. Red Bulborb, Oculus Kageyami Russus, part of the grub dog family. This large organism has its familiar mandibles and cranial morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. Showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots, this creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures returning to their nests. Originally classified as the spotty bulborb, further research has reclassified this species as the red bulborb. Subspecies of varied colors have recently been discovered, but academics are divided into two rival camps over how to handle their classification. The dwarf red bulborb. Dwarf red bulborb Pancerus pseudoculi russus, part of the breadbug family. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking new research indicates that this creature is in fact a member of the breadbug family, a close relative of the vanilla breadbug. It escapes predation through mimicry, using a unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows the species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and obfuscation by a prey species is rare, indicating that this clever creature is a master of mimicry. Olimar, stop using so many big words, I can't read. Snow bulborb, Pancerus pseudoculi frosticus, breadbug family. Like the dwarf red bulborb, the snow bulborb is a member of the breadbug family that seeks to survive through imitating the appearance and behavior of a bulborb. Its pale coloration and blue spots make for easy identification. In particular, this organism mimics the hairy bulborb, but it is of course unable to grow the hair that gives the hairy bulborb its name. However, as the hairy bulborb has been known to lose its hair in certain circumstances, the snow bulborb is an effective mimic that it is often mistaken for a member of the same species. The clover. Clover Quaterus infectum, part of the clover family. This is a naturalized species. These plants are extremely persistent, and with the assistance of a symbiotic fungus that grows on its roots, the species is able to survive even in drought conditions. Typically, its leaves come in groupings of 3, but intense impact on the leafing stem early in the development cycle can result in an extremely rare 4-leaf cluster. Pellet Posy, Pellet Posy Amplus nutrio, pellet weed family. In the stem of the pellet posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half-plant, half-animal species, such as the Pikmin and candy pop flowers. So the pellet posy is a species that can be considered a close relative. Although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to the small group of the pellet weed family, the fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly and that their pellets contain such high concentrations of the natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin and so many of the other indigenous species are so reliant on these pellets for sustenance. Violet candy pop bud. Flora puniceus candy pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed that the presence of candy pop buds in the subterranean regions considered the microecologies this plant has been found in. One could surmise that it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographical region. Tossing Pikmin into this flower results in the release of purple Pikmin seeds. Regardless of the color of the Pikmin tossed in, this variety of candy pop contains robustly odoriferous oils. If candy pop flowers could be cultivated, there is no doubt that the flowers would offer multifaceted benefits to the cosmetic, medical, and tourist industries. And so that is all for our Picklopedia and our treasures, and that's going to be all of our gameplay for today. I really hope you all join me again in the Awakening Wood. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And remember, dragons are green. Have a great day. Bye!